Longhorn fans, Sooner Nation, welcome to episode 229 of the Bevo Podcast, the only podcast exclusively dedicated to covering the greatest rivalry in college football, the University of Oklahoma and the University of Texas. I'm here with my man Kevin Miller. I am John Whitson. Kevin, tonight we make our picks for the entire college football season. We are on the precipice of games, week 0, coming in 2 days. Teams like TCU playing North Carolina, get to see a sneak peek at USC, check in on Florida State to see if maybe they've recovered some of their grandeur from times past. We're close, Kevin. We're close to Oklahoma opening their season, Texas opening theirs. But before that, we have to make all of our picks. We will make all of our picks for the conference. We'll make our picks for the playoffs, and we will pick our eventual national champion. But first, let's take a look inside the camps of Texas and Oklahoma, starting with the Longhorns. Kevin, Hayward Howard Sr. has been tweeting about the deplorable coaching practices of the University of Texas coaching staff regarding his freshman son, Hayward Howard Jr. Is this indicative, Kevin, of the type of season that Texas football is about to have?
Nah, man, we're not worried about a freshman corner's dad, what he's saying. It's an adjustment. It's an adjustment to playing college football, right? He's maybe getting coached in a way he hasn't been coached before. And perhaps he's not happy about it. But
what is happening that your dad is talking stuff on Twitter? That is got to be the most embarrassing. I mean, I was always embarrassed if my dad even wanted to talk to the coach. Like, Dad, don't talk to the coach. The coach has it. He has it. And you talking will only make it worse. I mean, what is this kid thinking when his dad's going on there? Or is this kid yeah, let's go, Dad?
That's a really good question. Yeah, I haven't heard anything else about it since he tweeted that from him or anything else. So who knows? But I imagine, though, it's an adjustment. When you're a recruit, he's a true freshman corner out of Louisiana, 3-star kid, so not a big-time recruit. I imagine, when you're being recruited by a coach and you're treated a certain way, and then once you get on campus, you get treated a little bit different once you're actually a player and you're being coached by that coach. So perhaps it was something there he didn't like. I don't know. But
okay, so
I haven't heard anything about it.
You're saying issue number 1, nothing burger. Don't get worked up about it.
Correct.
All right, issue number 2. Arch is rusty in camp. National reporters are talking about inaccuracy, which we saw last year at the beginning of the year. Arch himself admitted that he was a little chubby coming into camp. Sark, in his press conference, admitted accuracy issues. Is Arch going to be ready to go here in about 8 days?
Oh, yeah. Arch will be ready to go. He was chubby coming into camp because he had surgery on his foot and couldn't move. Couldn't run.
You can still control the calories you eat, Kevin. He's got a nutritionist. He's probably sponsored by a nutritionist.
Arch will be fine. You can get to worry about Arch.
What do you think?
I'm not.
What does it mean when Sark is admitting accuracy issues, admitting that he's got to work on a rhythm with his receivers, admitting that things don't look quite right? What does that mean when your head coach is saying that about your Heisman hopeful winning quarterback?
It means it's training camp, and that's what it's for. It'll get sorted out. I'm not worried about it.
All right. Okay. So issue number 1, Sark has control of the team. Don't worry about it. Number 2, your quarterback, who came into the year looking quite rusty last year, you're willing to gloss over the fact that there is acknowledged accuracy issues coming out of Arch Manning's arm.
Yes.
You're willing. Okay. Number 2 is, according to Kevin Miller, number 2 is also a nothing burger. All right.
Especially number 1. I mean.
You admit number 2 is concerning. You admit Arch's accuracy is concerning you, and you're a little bit weary. That's
actually a football related thing. A player's dad.
That he can't complete. It's a football-related thing that Arch can't complete forward passes. That's what you're concerned about.
He was fine in the Cotton Bowl.
All right, he was okay in the Cotton Bowl.
I said fine. I said fine. I said fine. I didn't say he dominated. I said he was fine.
I think Ryan Niblett in a no-call block in the back had more to do with y'all winning the game than Arch's arm.
Well, that and your turnover machine quarterback.
We're going to talk about that. That's fair. That's a fair statement. Okay, so number one, not worried at all. Number two, mild concern that Arch might not be the player he is supposed to be coming into the season. Do you agree
he's going
with
to be
that?
great. No.
Okay. All right, number three. All right, hey, man, I'm just pointing out what everybody's telling me. I'm not inside the locker room, but this is the narrative coming out of the – I mean, Texas is wanting to compete for a national championship, and this is what you're hearing. Here's number three. We haven't talked about this. This happened last week. Linebacker Ty Anthony Smith, who you were high on, Kevin, getting a lot of snaps, being a playmaker, coming in, going up next to Rasheem Biles. This was your guy. Dismissed for conduct detrimental to the team. Let's start that, and then I also want to talk about the linebacker room as we know it now. So, what the heck happened with this guy?
Absolutely, I have no idea. I have no clue.
You got
what
it.
happened.
Come on, dude. You got some rumors out there.
No, I swear to you, I've heard nothing. I haven't even heard a possibility of what may have happened. I would tell you if I did. I'm not protecting the kid. I don't know him.
I think it's really hard to get kicked off a college football team these days. You know, kids do a lot of stupid stuff. So,
they do. And we're seeing the stupid stuff less and less since NILs come into college football.
Oh, 100%.
But, so I have no idea what he did to get kicked off the team. No idea. To get dismissed, yeah.
All right. It sounds like you don't want to get into the weeds of why Sark has lost control of his team. But that's fine. That's fine.
That's right.
Let's talk about – go ahead.
You spend a lot of time worried about our team.
Dude, we're going to talk about Oklahoma. Oklahoma has their own issues.
Okay.
Not any that regard parents tweeting and chubby quarterbacks. In fact, our quarterback looks like a Greek god coming into camp.
I've never seen
something more attractive than what John Mateer looks like coming into camp. Now, okay, whatever. Let's talk about the football.
Huh?
Dude, he looks good.
Not impressive? He hasn't.
Hey, Kevin, I am secure in my description of John Mateer. He's an attractive-looking man right now. That's all.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
He looks like he's in tremendous shape.
Thank you. Yes.
I saw that. By the way, I saw that jump pass video.
Yeah, you saw.
Oh, he's not gonna do that in a game, is he?
Okay, did you listen to the radio when I was on the radio a couple days ago with Ted Woodland?
No, I didn't know you were going to be on the radio.
Follow your X account, Kevin. Follow your X account because I made a post about it. But anyway, I was on the radio with Tedward Lehman, and we actually got into it a little bit. I do not like the jump pass. I feel like you're – real quick, we're going to talk about the jump pass. I feel like you're deflecting from all the issues at Texas. That's fine. I can talk OU football. I feel like you're deflecting, but that's okay. We're going to come back. But as it relates to the jump pass, we got into a fight. Ted was like, well, I mean, he needs to know if he can pull that off in a game, and that's what practice is for, and, you know, if he does it when he has to do it. And I'm like, Ted, I understand all those things. But if my quarterback is running to the left and jumping to throw it to the right, that means he's throwing it with no leverage over the middle of the field. I don't like that at all, Kevin. I wouldn't care. Look, yes, Patrick Mahomes can do that. That doesn't mean everybody else should do it.
Correct. It's like Steph Curry shooting threes from half court.
Steph Curry can shoot threes from half court. Not everybody should shoot threes from half court because not everybody's Steph Curry, not everybody's Patrick Mahomes. John Mateer, run out of bounds. Now look.
How about just throw the ball away? But if he wants to try it in the Cotton Bowl, I'd love it.
Now, we did agree on, we came to a middle ground, which was it's 4th and 12, and you got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, desperate situation for sure.
2-point conversion, and your only job, there's no reason to take a sack or run out of bounds. Those, fine, great, got it. But, man, I don't want to see that in the third quarter against Texas at the 40-yard line, running out, running to your left, going to your right, and getting it picked off. There's no reason for it. You take you have a good defense. You got good special teams. You run out of bounds. To your point, you throw it out of bounds, like like with Lenore Sellers. Don't take the sack, just toss it out of bounds.
Throw it away. Yeah. The mobile guys, they're the worst ones with getting sacked and stuff.
Look, I don't like it, dude. Ted kind of got after me a little bit, but I'd like to think I wasn't in the same room with him, so I felt like I stood my ground. Like if I was in the same room with him, he's kind of a big dude. I might have backed off a little bit, but I didn't back off. I do not like it.
Friend of the program.
Hey, dude, he's been on the show. He's a big friend of the program. He's wrong about the need to see John Mateer throwing it jump man style. Back to Texas, Kevin. Linebacker U over here is having issues. Okay, so Ty Anthony Smith is gone. Let's start with who is replacing him? And then I've got a couple names of dudes that have had to be moved to linebacker to fill up the less than desirable depth at that position.
Yeah, the depth is not great. And the depth honestly wasn't great before Ty Anthony Smith got dismissed. So Justin Cryer transfer from Florida State. Yeah. Okay. He's actually the brother of LJ Cryer, basketball player who played at Houston. Remember him?
Yep.
He's his younger brother. Transfer from Florida State. He is going to be our starting linebacker next to Biles.
Okay. Did he play it? Did he play it?
He did.
Florida State? So, okay.
He did play, yeah. So he has a lot of experience. It's his senior year, well, with the new rules, it's his fourth year he's going into. Okay. Yeah, traditionally, a senior.
That's an important distinction, Kevin.
It is. So he's going to play next to Biles. What becomes questionable is the depth behind those two, right? Now we're starting to rely on young players, freshman players. You know how I feel about relying on freshmen, especially at positions like linebacker. Ideally, you want your freshmen to come in for a couple of plays here, not be asked to do too much stuff where they can get attacked in coverage and things like that. But Kosi Opala, true freshman, who has been having a great camp, he's going to play a lot.
Real quick, just a commentary on that to echo. It is rare to see true freshmen play linebacker in the SEC.
Correct.
It is. There is so much in terms of having to be a leader. You're talking run coverage, pass blitz. I mean, that is an intense position.
Yeah,
you look at like some of the best linebackers ever, and they've taken 2 or 3 years to get going at linebacker before they've lost. Go ahead.
It's rare to have somebody like when Texas had Derrick Johnson way back in the day, who week 1 was out there making plays and started in the Red River Shootout as a freshman and played.
But he's your favorite player of all time, isn't he?
Oh yeah, as far as a defensive player for sure. Yeah, he's awesome. So again, that's rare though. And when you have these guys, I remember Anthony Hill, who was an incredible player for Texas as a freshman. He's out there, and there was a play we're playing against. It was just Wyoming, but he shot the wrong gap. He hit the wrong gap to fill, and ended up being a long run because he just was in the wrong spot because he's a freshman. He doesn't really know exactly where he's supposed to be. So that's what we're getting into when we get behind our 2 starters. Right, Kosi Opala. We also have Tyler Atkinson, the true freshman. But Opala, who is a 4-star, not super highly regarded like Atkinson was, but right now he is ahead of Atkinson in his progression. Atkinson is still figuring it out. Opala is much more ahead. You mentioned guys being moved. Jordan Johnson, Rebel, safety. He's just buried behind guys, so he'll play linebacker.
Will he be? Is that more of like kind of a cheetah role?
Probably. We don't want him.
Linebacker.
I don't think they want him out there. I imagine he'll be out there in sub packages, right? If it's 3rd and 10, you put him out there where he's going to be covering. You don't want him taking on a guy who's been playing safety, taking on guards right now. So that's what I think. But yeah, the depth it's a real concern. And like I said, I was concerned about it before the season. So it becomes an even more concern when you lose an experienced player. Now, I will say Cryer seemed to be ahead of Ty Anthony Smith because you have to remember, we have a whole new defensive coordinator with Muschamp. So the past doesn't matter as much. So the fact that Timothy Smith has been there, again, he was still going to be an important player and play a lot. But Cryer was ahead of him. But it's really hard to lose somebody like that who's been here for 3 years and just kind of knows what he's doing, a capable body. Again, we'll see how it goes.
I know you said you don't know what's going on, and that's fine. But that's the other.
Yeah, true. I would trust me. If I knew, I would tell you. I got no reason to protect Anthony Smith.
That's the other weird part of the story, though, right? It's not like he transferred in, and it turns out he's a butthole and nobody likes him.
Correct. Yeah, we recruited him out of high school.
It's like, bro, you've been here 3 years. Like, what did you do? Like,
correct.
You're going to get the benefit of the doubt. You know, that's.
Yeah.
I would love to. I also heard, though, real quick, speaking of linebacker moving, Colton Vasek moving to linebacker.
Yeah, he's playing some linebacker too. Yeah, just to have depth. Listen, he's been injured the entire time he's been on campus. Right, he's not been able to make an impact, and right now he's just behind guys, and it's getting to the point. Yeah, and he's behind guys who are younger than him as well. Right, so we'll see. Hopefully it works.
You're not expected to see him in linebacker.
No.
Okay.
No, not much. Not much. I mean, it will be. I'll say this: it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Okay, so if I rank the situation at Texas, linebacker is of concern. Arch is, it's interesting to think about, and then Hayward, Howard, Jr. and Senior is not even on the radar.
No, not at all.
Fair enough. Okay.
Now, so if it comes of it, hey, I'll come on here and admit I was wrong, but I feel no reason to be concerned about that.
Oklahoma news, still the biggest news around OU used to be at the center position. Jake Michaela is still out for an undetermined amount. The last kind of guesstimate I heard was Texas, so basically October.
You said that's the best scenario?
Well, that's the most likely one with Georgia.
Oh, really?
Georgia.
I didn't realize it was that serious with him.
Well, that's what I heard as of this week. Is that we're talking the Georgia game is like optimism,
Yeah, everything goes great with his rehab.
Everything goes great, and he's back for Georgia. So we'll see.
So who's playing there now?
Well, that's the question, right? So possible replacements include Caleb, the transfer. He spent 2 years at Virginia Tech and 1 at Western Kentucky. Noah Best, true freshman, 3-star out of Midlothian. Am I saying that right? Midlothian, Texas.
You are. Uh-huh.
Where's Midlothian at?
I believe it's near the Metroplex, I think.
Oh, really? Okay, that's fine. Apparently, he's really getting a lot of love from the coaches and everybody.
Okay.
I don't think Bill Bedenbaugh goes with a true freshman at center. And then also Ryan Foji has been competing at the center spot. So,
well, at least with Foji, you got a guy who you like
and has played.
Yeah, and has played, and listen, Foji is a future NFL draft pick. I don't know how high of a draft pick, but that's what we're talking about. Yeah, he's a future NFL draft pick. So
the question, I think we're set at Fasusi, Eddie Pierre-Louis at left guard, right guard as of now was going to be between Ozeta and Foji. I think Ozeta sticks there by all accounts. Marion Harris transfer is going to be a right tackle. So center is going to be Foji or Nida in my mind. Then Noah Best. But I think against a school like we're playing UTEP, against UTEP, I think you see all the combinations.
Yeah, you put them all out there.
I think you see all the combinations early. I could see.
Yeah, you can see that in the first half.
Yeah, don't you think? I don't see
100%. Yeah,
because we got to figure out who's going up against Michigan week 1. Because whatever position we think Michigan's in terms of a team, they're going to have a dude up front that can blow somebody off the ball.
I mean, obviously they have John Henry Daly, the edge out there, who's a talented player. And yeah, again, with it being Michigan, and they're going to have good defensive tackles too. So yeah. Real quick, though, one more thing on Texas. Trevor Gooseby.
Oh yeah.
First team All SEC left tackle. Not sure when he'll be back, but
he'll be back.
I'm hearing by Ohio State he should be ready to go. Nothing official. That's just what the rumors are.
Okay. Just a little behind the scenes. What Kevin and I went through when Michael got hurt, and then Gooseby got hurt like the next day. We almost had an emergency pod.
Correct.
Because we at the time neither one of us knew whether. I mean, losing Gooseby. I'm not going to say who that is on OU's offensive line because I don't want to put that out there. But that's like losing that guy, right? Like you don't want to. Michaela, we can figure it out. Gooseby is like, oh crap. So
I mean, we're talking about a guy who is first team All SEC left tackle last year, came back, projected as a top 10 pick in the draft coming up. So it would have been devastating for him and obviously for our team. So.
But I think
it's not as serious.
The reason I didn't bring it up is because last I heard he was back for Ohio State.
Yeah.
So. Okay, let's get into also OU has 9 captains. I just want to talk about this just real quick.
It's a lot of captains.
I think it's a lot. Nobody jumps out as a surprise. Matier, Fasusi, EPL, Michaela, Peyton Bowen, Kip Lewis, Owen Heineke, Taylor Wine, David Stone. I thought it was interesting that there was nobody from special teams. No Tate Sandell or anybody like that.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good list of good guys. No surprises there, right? I mean, I'm not surprised by any of those names.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty much your best players. Did you say was Satania one of them? Did you not say Satania?
Satania is not one of them.
Okay. Well, see, all your best players besides him.
The only skill players are, and that's the thing. That's why I was surprised. Like Satania, even if you didn't think about him in terms of wide receiver, I would have thought, well, maybe he's return guy. I don't know. Just no special teams to me was interesting.
Yeah.
Here's what I like about OU. This is what this means to me is we are in an era of transfer portal and NIL. Okay? But what excites me about Oklahoma's team is the core center of Oklahoma's team, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, and you can even think quarterback because they're just all right there in the middle of the field. They're all dudes that have been there for 3 years.
Yeah. Besides Matier. Yeah.
Besides Matier. I mean, I guess Fasusi's only been there for 2 years, but Fasusi's really
good. But he's still, I mean, he's he's different. And at least you've had him. You got him out of high school.
But, dude, you're talking Kip Lewis, Heineke, Taylor Wine, David Stone. I mean, those are all, they've been there in the system. Yeah. And I don't know. That just makes me feel like I want to get the transfers. Parker Livingston, all the Terrell Harris, all those dudes. But I don't mind them on the periphery. I want to build the core of the team, though.
Correct. That's what the transfer portal ideally is, just to fill a few holes that you have in your roster, not to build the entire team from.
Yeah. So I feel good. I just wanted to mention it because I feel good about it. I like that list. I like that list. Okay. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. We are going to look at college football holistically, all around the country. Kevin and I are going to focus on the Power Four, and we're going to pick participants for each Power Four's title game, and then the winner of said conference. Then we'll look at playoffs, and then we'll pick championship game participants and the ultimate winner. Starting with the SEC, because that's where Texas and Oklahoma are, so that's where we're going to start. Kevin, I'm going to list the potentials. Okay, teams under consideration, and you tell me who I'm missing. You can't do a list like this without Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, A&M, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU.
Yeah, no, I've got. I wouldn't change that.
Missouri is ranked, but I don't think
this is hard to see, right?
I don't think they're competing for an SEC championship. I just don't. It doesn't.
They will be a good football team, right? I think we can agree on that. But competing for the conference title, I don't know. I can't see that.
Okay. The way I kind of looked at this, I don't know how you looked at it. I looked at it for all the conferences in terms of like losable games, like matchups that are real legit losable games. I was fascinated. Bama only has what I would consider 4 losable games in conference. I mean, they play Florida State, but I don't know that I even count that as a losable game. But they lost it last year, so I guess we should.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we should think about it. Georgia at Tennessee, A&M at LSU. That is of all the contenders, that's honestly the weakest schedule. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy they have all those games in a row. That's
really?
What's crazy about that. Yes. October 10th, Georgia, which October 10th, what a day college football that's going to be.
What a day.
My goodness.
Oh, my God.
At Tennessee the next week, A&M at home after that. They do have a bye week, though, and then they go to LSU.
But they avoid Texas.
Yeah, no Texas, no Oklahoma.
No Texas, no Oklahoma, no Missouri.
Uh-huh.
Did I get that right, or did they have Missouri?
You did. Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. No Missouri.
No Florida?
No Florida.
See, that's crazy to me. This is a very favorable schedule for Alabama. And so I thought about that when I was picking. Georgia has Bama, Florida, Ole Miss, and Missouri. So they, too, only have and Oklahoma. I'm sorry. OU, Bama, Florida, Ole Miss, Missouri. So they have 5 losable games.
Yeah.
Not that something can't creep up. It's the SEC.
Correct. I mean, they do play South Carolina. You just, with Lenore Sellers back there and Dylan Stewart, you just, but as far as teams that we expect to be in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. And I added Florida to the list of this because I think we play Florida. Y'all play Florida too, right?
We do. Uh-huh.
And, I just think that I think Florida is one of those teams where you just don't know where they're going to be at this year. But you know they're going to have dudes because
they got dudes, man. Exactly. And if you got to go down there, it's really tough.
So I'm not picking Florida to win the conference or anything, but they are going to get I think they'll get 2. They'll be on the list of a number of these teams. I think they're going to pick off 2 of them. I even picked them to pick off Oklahoma, right? So
you did, yeah. It's tough, the swamp.
OU, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Ole Miss, A&M, and Missouri. Brutal. A&M, LSU, Missouri, Bama, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Texas. Also, did you see they dismissed 2 players themselves and lost their running back and running back and defensive tackle out with season-ending injuries? See this, man?
Tough. That's tough, man.
That's 4 players.
4 losses, yeah. That's a lot. That's tough, man. And again, we're not out of the woods yet, but the fact that we've gone
Don't say nothing, Kevin.
Yeah. So, where I'm going with it.
Texas could lose to Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU, and A&M. That is finally an SEC schedule. That is finally. What did I just, Kevin? I just said it. Finally, dude, you lost to Florida last year. Florida was terrible. Florida got their coach fired last year. Don't talk to me about how hard your schedule was. Okay?
I didn't say it was hard, but you usually finally an SEC schedule. Finally. What are you talking about?
And you still miss Bama. You still don't play Bama, which just blows my mind. 3 years in the conference, and you haven't played Alabama yet.
We played them the year before, both 2 years before that. Who cares?
That doesn't matter. I don't count those. Okay.
Yeah. We played 4 top 10 teams last year.
Listen, I am telling you, that's a brutal schedule. I can't sugarcoat that one. That is the toughest.
The schedule is insane.
The
schedule is insane.
And we're not even talking Ohio State.
I was saying, you didn't mention Ohio State.
We didn't even mention Ohio State because that's not a conference game. But, by the way, I think there's a couple of ways to look at the Ohio State game for Texas. I know this isn't what we're talking about, but if you dominate Ohio State, I think that is a springboard for your season.
For sure. But it's hard to envision that, but
you struggle against Ohio State and lose, or worse yet, lose badly, that's tough with this schedule.
It's tough. Yeah, it's really tough. It is a massive, massive game. And the crazy thing is both teams are going to be thinking that. We have to get this one because...
Yeah, because we'll go through Ohio State's. It's just... The Big Ten, we'll talk about it. Okay, Ole Miss.
Top heavy.
Ole Miss has to play LSU, Florida, Missouri, Texas, Georgia, and OU, which is pretty legit.
Tough.
LSU only has 5 teams that they have to play reasonably. Ole Miss, A&M, Bama, Texas, and Tennessee. So, Kevin, you've heard the schedules. We kind of know what's going on with these teams. Give me your 2 teams that are going to meet in Atlanta for is it Dr. Pepper or is that the Big 12? It's a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I don't think it's Dr. Pepper. I mean, Dr. Pepper sponsors a halftime show, but I don't think that. I don't know if the title game has a sponsor.
SEC championship game in Atlanta. Who are the 2 teams you've got?
Texas and Georgia.
Look, I don't mind you picking Texas. I don't think Texas can navigate the SEC schedule enough to be in the top 2. And I don't think that makes them a bad football team. It's kind of, you said this about Oklahoma in the past. You could be better, and probably are going to be better than you were last year, right? Archer's another year. You almost have to have a better running game. I mean, I don't.
For sure, yeah.
Pretty bad.
It was rough.
Your defense still gives me concerns, especially at linebacker, a little bit at secondary. But you still could be a better football team. Yeah, Cam Coleman, all that stuff, and have a similar record, go 9-3.
Correct.
And it not be like a shock.
Not be bad at all. Yeah.
And that's even if you beat Ohio State. Because like I said,
correct,
you still have to play Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU, and A&M. Now, I don't think you lose to A&M. I do not.
Neither do I, but they still have really good players.
Okay. I have – do you want to know who I have?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I have – this might shock you, Kevin. This might shock you. I have LSU in Georgia.
Okay.
And the reason I have LSU in Georgia is I think Bama actually has a more favorable schedule. Now that I look at it, I'm tempted to slide in Bama instead of LSU. But I just think LSU has a more manageable schedule than almost everybody else on this thing. And so does Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia's tough because they got OU, Bama, Florida, Ole Miss, Missouri. But that's it. It's like they're not missing that extra game. It's like everybody else has an extra game. And LSU and Georgia don't. Now, I am tempted to switch out LSU for Bama, but I will not do that. I'm sticking LSU and Georgia in the SEC title game.
That would be a lot of fun.
They don't play each other in the regular season either, so that'd be fun. Okay, winner.
Georgia.
Yeah, me too. There's just, what's the right word? There's just some things that are becoming inevitable, and until the inevitability passes or is broken, you're really dumb to pick against it.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody else could win, but I kind of feel like Georgia's going to win.
It's tough. Yeah. Alabama's interesting. They named Keelan Russell starter.
I saw that. And they only play those 4 teams, Kevin. They only play those 4 teams.
I'm excited to see him. He reminds me of Jaden Daniels a lot. Yeah. He's got the same kind of frame, similar athleticism, throwing motion, all that. And with, I feel like with DeBoer, he's going to be like, this is my guy. This is the type of guy that I've been wanting here. And we're going to let it ride. So,
are you going to replace Texas with Alabama?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's take a look at the Big Ten Conference. Here are the contenders. Feel free to add or take away. Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon. I have Penn State because they're ranked, but I have a hard time seeing them competing, but they are ranked. USC, not going to happen, but they're ranked. Yeah. Michigan and Washington. Although I think Washington could be scary, kind of good maybe. We'll see. Am I leaving anybody out of the Big Ten?
No, just because, because I was just not going to score enough points.
No.
That's, they'll be, and they're ranked, right? 22, but they're just not going to score enough points.
I'm with you.
They're going to lose 10-7 game against an average team because they don't score enough points. They clearly don't care about scoring enough points. So, no, I'm good with that. I mean, Indiana, we know Indiana's going to be good, right? I'm never picking against Signetti again. So, I mean, wild cards. I mean, and we know Oregon is going to be outstanding.
Yep.
Right? Their offense is going to be great. Yeah, and their receivers, man, DeCorian Moore going into a sophomore year. We'll see if Evan Stewart is back healthy. They've got so much talent. And they've got talent.
Their quarterback, Dante
Moore.
Dante Moore. This is his year. I thought he was I thought he was good last year, but I didn't feel like he popped. Is that fair to say? Like, I didn't feel he didn't jump off the screen at me where you watched him. He didn't dominate. Dude.
Yeah. But you see the flashes there. But he's to me similar to Arch, where you see like every so often you see ups and downs, but those ups, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it's just not consistent.
He is the second highest paid quarterback in college football.
Okay.
You want to guess who number one is?
I don't. Why don't you tell me?
Do you want to guess the school that was willing to pay for the number one? This is a pretty easy answer, really. There's only a couple that would hit it.
Miami? Did I even mention?
Miami.
Okay. Like I was going to say Texas Tech, but I'm like, no.
No, not
$6 million?
$6 million reported.
Well, yeah. Wow. My goodness.
And Dante Moore is like 5'8" or something, $5.8 million or something like that. Isn't that crazy?
How about that? Journey for him, top player in the country coming out of Detroit, goes to UCLA to play for Chip Kelly. It doesn't work out there. Goes to UCLA knowing he's going to back up Dylan Gabriel. And, he's in line for a big season, potential Heisman front runner, I would say.
Yeah.
Him and Julian Sand. Archer be in the mix too, but I'm excited to watch him play. And what I like about Oregon is they have that explosive offense, but they're also very physical on both lines. That's what I like about them, and that's what'll make them a team that is a legit national championship contender.
Here is the difference between the Big Ten and the SEC. Okay. And the teams at the top, especially Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon, especially those three, they can win national championship this year. Any one of those three teams, you're not surprised. Rosters are fantastic, well coached. Compete in the SEC tomorrow. That's not even an issue. Maybe win the SEC. I don't know. Right? Really, really, really good. And even the other teams that I listed are pretty good. Like pretty good. But it's the number of games that they play against each other. Right? So in the SEC, only Bama played 4 against like what I call losable games. Everybody else is 5, 6. Texas had 7 losable games. All right? Indiana does play Ohio State, does play Michigan, USC, and Washington, but it's those 4 and nobody else.
Correct.
Like they're going to have a 12-game schedule and 4 games that matter because they'll roll in the other ones. Ohio State, Iowa, Indiana, SC, Oregon, Michigan. That's 5. We're getting there. Yeah. And Ohio State plays Texas, but in terms of conference play, 5. Oregon, SC, Ohio State, Michigan, Washington, Penn State, USC, Michigan, and Penn State only plays 3 losers.
And they do play Boise State, which is a respectable non-conference opponent.
Who does?
Oregon does.
Yes, they do. I'm not mad at these teams. I'm just mad at like the system, because it's so.
Yeah.
Like Penn State only plays USC, Michigan, and Washington. They could be in the Big Ten title game simply because they don't play anybody else.
Yeah, they don't have they're not playing tough teams.
I could go over SC and Michigan and Washington, but I don't think either one of us are picking them. Who are you picking to be in the Big Ten championship?
I mean, pretty simple, right? I mean, it's got to be Ohio State and Oregon, right? I mean, it's very difficult to pick.
Whoa, okay.
Well, yeah. I've got Ohio State and Oregon.
I've got Indiana and Oregon.
Okay, is that because of Indiana's schedule?
I think it's very similar to Ohio State has one more game than them, but it's Iowa. I don't know. I think Ohio State, Indiana. I went with Indiana.
Okay,
Oregon,
no, and
Oregon's close. Do you have Oregon winning? Because I have Oregon winning.
I do.
Yeah.
No, I have Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Oregon is the best team in the Big Ten. I mean, things can change, but I think Oregon is the best team in the Big Ten. I think Indiana and Ohio State are like 2A and 2B. Like, they're right there. You know? And then it's a drop-off. Washington. Yeah. I think Washington could be. I kind of think Washington maybe. Dude, SC's going to go 9-3, 8-4, right? I mean,
they'll probably go 9-3. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did anything better than that.
All right, that's the Big Ten. All right, Big 12. Big 12. Listen, so we talk about all these matchups, okay? And this is where it really starts to like blow your mind, the disparity in schedule. Because I listed everybody that SEC is going to play. I listed everybody that the Big Ten is going to play. Here, let me tell you who could. Texas Tech could lose one game, bro. They play Houston. One game. Who cares if they lost their? Who cares if they lost their quarterback? I could go play quarterback for them and they beat you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to beat everybody but Houston.
Correct. Yep.
BYU, who does have Notre Dame in the non-conference, so credit to them scheduling Notre Dame. BYU has Utah. That's it. Utah has a rough schedule in the Big 12. They have to play Houston and BYU.
Oh, wow. What a gauntlet.
And Houston, ranked 23rd in the country, has to play Tech and Utah. What are we doing with college football that this is how this is set up?
Yes, that they're going to have at least a team in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it'll probably be Texas Tech, maybe BYU. I actually picked BYU. Surprise, Tech and BYU for me, and BYU winning because I just don't want to pick Tech. Who do you got, real quick?
I've got the same two teams, and I've got Tech winning just because they just got better players, top to bottom.
That's fine. They don't maybe not the quarterback this year though.
Real quick on the Big 12.
Yeah, stay on the Big 12. I just wanted to get the picks out of the way because I knew we were going to have the same ones. You might not care. You probably don't care, but I really want to see Oklahoma State play football. I just really want to see what they're going to look like under Eric Morris. Okay. I do want to see Oklahoma State play football. I'll tell you this though, real quick, and we'll come back to Oklahoma State. For the last year or two, you've talked about how you still are excited about watching games in the Big 12 because they look like they're going to be fun.
Correct.
Has that lost its luster at all, though? Because some of these teams are just not any. TCU's not any good anymore. Baylor's not any good.
It has.
State,
the players that we were familiar with and have played against are mostly gone. Colorado doesn't have Shador and Travis Hunter. Those real exciting players. Arizona State looked like they were going to be something with Raleek Brown and Levitt. They're all gone. Tyson is gone to the NFL. Right, who was a quarterback from Kansas that we liked? The one who was there when
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, no, you're right. Him. Yeah, he's gone. So it's lost a little bit. So right now, the most thing I'm excited about in that conference is Oklahoma State with Eric Morris and Mestamaker, bringing him in at quarterback. So I really want to see how they play and how quickly he can get them going.
Do you have their schedule? Can you pull it up?
Oklahoma State, actually I have it up right now. So they open on the road actually at Tulsa.
Right.
Then they host Oregon, which is going to be tough. That's going to be tough. It
won't be
I don't care how good they are.
It won't be as bad as last year. It will not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Even though Oregon may be better than last year, no. I don't think they'll at least be able to move the football some.
Look
now in the trenches.
Well, hold on. That last year was an abomination.
It was the whole it was embarrassing.
At worst, you run the ball 3 times and punt.
Correct.
Stop giving them the ball. Stop throwing the ball. Stop doing stupid stuff that stops the clock. Once you're down 50, you call it. Right? You just I mean, go into a prevent defense make them at least have to move the ball. That was terrible.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I mean,
that was a sign that Gundy gave up when you lose that bad.
Yeah, you can't lose with 69-3.
It's almost like he wanted to prove an NIL point. Like, I'm proving a point. You know, I don't have the same NIL. Okay, stop it. Just stop.
Correct.
Anyway, go ahead.
And then they've got Murray State.
Yeah.
At West Virginia, Central Florida, at Houston, which would be tough. Colorado.
Houston. I'm writing down Houston as a tough game. Okay.
At Iowa State. At Kansas State, which would be tough.
All these are going to be tough-ish for Oklahoma State.
Correct. Exactly. But they host Texas Tech November 14th.
Okay, so Houston and Tech are the only 2 ranked teams in conference so far.
Correct. And then they go to Arizona State, and then their last game is against Kansas in Stillwater.
I mean, there's only 2 ranked teams there, right? So
correct. Yeah. So I'm just really curious to see how it goes because, yeah, I mean, just who they brought in, Messamaker, everybody wanted this kid, and then Caleb Hawkins out of Shawnee, who was also at North Texas.
Oh, look,
and these guys, I mean, were loyal to Eric Morris. Messamaker could have gone almost anywhere, and Caleb Hawkins too.
Well, look,
right.
I've talked about this before, but to reiterate, I think North Texas last year would have been in the top 4 in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Just their roster would have been a top 4 team in the Big 12. They wouldn't have won. They didn't have what Utah or BYU or Tech have on the trenches, but they could have played with Kansas and last year's Oklahoma State and Baylor. And, you know what I mean? Like, those teams weren't any good.
For sure.
Arizona, they'd have been right there. So you take that roster and transport like 60% of it to Oklahoma State and supplement it with bigger, faster guys than you would have had on your North Texas team. I mean, you just have to be better. I think what do you think their record is? Well, I don't know what their over-under is, but I bet they're 8-4 next year.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they went 8-4 this year.
You take if I said 8.5, do you take the over or the under? Win total.
I would take the under, but for 8-4 though.
Okay.
I think they go 8-4. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Real quick, I'm gonna see if their DraftKings has
a win total.
Their Oh my goodness, it's 4.5.
I'd say over. It's over.
Okay, well they have 3 different ones here. So minus 380 for 4.5 wins. They actually, I think it's 6.5 because they have.
Okay.
It's
6.5 makes sense. 6.5 makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to say, tell me where I can bet.
For real.
Okay.
But yeah, so that'll be fine. I'm just, obviously the Oregon game is going to be tough, but just overall, I just want to see how it looks.
It would. I don't hate Oklahoma State. I mean,
yeah.
I don't care.
I just didn't know if he cared.
Look, more football. You know what I mean? Like more juice in the state is not a bad thing. It was last year was sad. It was sad. It was like Oklahoma's doing so good and Oklahoma State's doing so bad. It's you don't want
horrible.
that. You don't want that. All right. Finally, in the ACC, it's the same story as the Big 12. It really is. Miami's got some money, and they're able to build a pretty good roster. We saw that in the college football playoff. Miami is a real team. Okay, they're a real football team. They play one game that they could lose in conference, and that's Clemson. And they ain't losing to Clemson. And then they do play Notre Dame, but it's not a conference game. It's that pseudo conference, whatever. So it doesn't count against the record, which is still stupid. I still can't stand it. Notre Dame getting a conference, but whatever, right? SMU, Florida State, Louisville. Louisville is ranked. They do play Notre Dame, again, not a conference game. Louisville opens up against Ole Miss week 1, but only conference games. Only conference games of note. SMU and Florida State. Clemson, who does open up against LSU. has Miami. I just put them down because they kind of always hang around.
Yeah, look, they do have talent, right? They've got a lot of future NFL guys on that team.
Miami and Florida State. I mean, that's all they play, Kevin. It doesn't, and so when Texas or Oklahoma come out of the Big 12 with a 9-3 record, it's like we better not be looking anywhere else.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
9-3 versus 10-2 in the Big 12.
9-3 in the SEC. Correct.
Those are two radically different schedules.
We're playing different sports here.
So mine were my picks were pretty easy. I don't know, were your picks easy for ACC?
Who'd you have? I mean, we both had Miami.
We both had Miami.
Did you have SMU? So did I.
Yeah. Who'd you have winning?
Miami.
I had SMU just for fun.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Just for fun.
We like Kevin Jennings a lot. I like their roster. We like their coach, Red Lashley.
They've got some money. SMU ain't afraid of spending money.
Yes. They've had money since the 1980s. We know all about it. They've never been afraid to spend it.
Okay. Kevin, this takes us to the playoff participants. All right. So now we know who's definitely in it. So I'm going to star hold on. I'm going to do a list for me and a list for you here. Let me just do the Kevin list here. Okay. For you, we know Georgia's in it because you picked them. We know Oregon's in it because you picked them. We know Tech is in it. And we know Miami is in it. Right?
Yeah.
And then you have to have two stupid teams, because this is what we do now, is we pick two stupid teams that have no chance of winning just to make them feel better, which the longer it goes on makes me more and more mad about it. And I love the underdog, Kevin. My favorite movie is Hoosiers. You know that? My favorite movie of all time is Hoosiers. I love the underdog. Little Giants. Give me Little Giants all day long. I don't need to see that in the college football playoff, Kevin. I don't need to see it. I need names. I need schools that are going to compete at a high level.
Yes, we want the big brands.
Just to give you an
example, we want the best players.
I picked UNLV. Because I believe in Jackson Arnold, Kevin. And I picked Boise State, who will likely win the new Pac-12, which doesn't look that bad as a conference, honestly. So who do you have in those two spots?
Okay, so I had
Georgia,
Boise.
Oregon, Tech, and Miami. You have Boise, okay.
Yeah. And hold on.
Yeah.
And who did you say your other team was?
UNLV.
Okay, yeah, I had Boise.
No, yeah. But who was your second? I had UNLV and Boise. You got to have two.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Right? Sorry. I mean, you got to have two, right? They're going to put two in there? Or just one?
I don't know. I think you could. I think.
Oh, is it just one?
I think it can be just one.
My brain went crazy.
Yeah.
Screw UNLV. This changes a lot. Okay, that's cool. Screw UNLV. This changes a lot. Okay, good. That's okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. So Boise State, great. I made a quick change. Would you agree Notre Dame's going to be in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Which they might be
very disappointing if they're not. Very disappointing.
They might be a top 10 team, but their schedule sucks. Okay. So that means you have 6 at-large bids. I mean, I guess Notre Dame is technically an at-large bid, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So 6 at-large bids to go with Georgia, Oregon, Tech, Miami, Notre Dame, and Boise State. Do 3, and then I'll do 3 of mine.
Okay. I've got Texas.
Okay.
Indiana.
Okay.
And hold on. This is going to frustrate me, but I think they'll get in BYU.
Do you think BYU and Tech get in from the Big 12?
I think they can. It's going to drive us crazy.
Because they'll be because they don't play Tech in the regular season, right?
Correct.
So their only loss.
The committee.
You're saying their only loss could be to Tech in the
correct
in the championship game.
Yeah, and
look, I'm a BYU fan, but that I don't want to see that.
It would drive me crazy.
Okay, those are three. Okay, I'm going to give you my three. So I had Boise State and Notre Dame were locked in, right? And then I had Georgia, Oregon, BYU, and SMU. Georgia, Oregon, BYU. So BYU's in for me, but that means Tech is out. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
I'm only saying one team from the Big 12.
One Big 12 team. Okay.
And one team from the ACC get in. Like, I don't even know what we're
same.
doing.
I don't have SMU or anything like that. Yeah.
But you do have BYU and Tech.
I do. I'm talking about. I was more talking about the ACC.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you three of my at-large bids. I have Indiana like you. I have Texas like you. And I have LSU, who I had finishing second in the SEC championship. So those are my three. So I have three left. And you have three left. Okay, who do you got?
Okay. I've got LSU.
LSU?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I've got Oklahoma sneaking in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you said I had one more?
You have one more.
Hold on, 2, 3, 4.
I think you're missing a pretty obvious one.
Hold on.
I can help you. So I think you're missing something very obvious.
Oh, Ohio State.
Yeah. We're not going to be very far off on these picks. I have, in place of like your BYU, I have Bama.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I have Bama. Bama to me was on the bubble, but I think
it's the same for me.
But I think because they only play 4 tough games in conference, that it's a little more navigable. You know, if they go 500 in those tough games,
they have a smaller margin for error, though. But yeah, but if they handle their business.
I mean, 10-2 Bama is going to look really good against 12-1 BYU. I think it should.
I would hope so.
Ohio State, just like you, and of course, Oklahoma. So for me, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SEC teams, 3 Big Ten teams, Notre Dame, Boise State, BYU, and SMU is the other 3. So 5, 3, and what that makes 8, and then 4 other teams. And you going with BYU. Okay. So our only difference really. Actually, you don't have. Yeah, you do have Georgia. So our only difference is Bama and BYU.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, I think it would be awesome if BYU made it because I like BYU and I'd love Bama to get snubbed if that's really what it came down to.
Yeah.
But their schedule, they do play Notre Dame. So maybe if they beat Notre Dame and they beat Utah, if they were to beat Notre Dame, then I think Notre Dame might not make it in.
Again, it destroys their margin for error. They can't lose,
Okay, who do you have for championship game?
Championship game, I've got Oregon and Notre Dame.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what I have. I have Notre Dame and the other OU, Oklahoma.
Okay.
I got Notre Dame for Oklahoma. And guess what, Kevin? Because I believe in the Crimson and Cream, this is the first time. I've never done this before. I'm picking Oklahoma. National championship. Oklahoma.
Okay.
Who you got? Who are you picking?
Notre Dame.
Listen, I don't think it's a bad pick. I think Notre Dame could be good. There's no complaints about how good they are. The complaint is they don't play anybody, and it's stupid. And I don't like it. And if they're going to make special exemptions for them to get in the playoff, then they should require them to schedule all Power 5, all Power 4 teams. Like, they can't have any non-Power 4 teams on their schedule. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Be done with it. I'm sorry, you don't get to play Navy.
They're never going to do that.
What's Notre Dame?
Unless they have to.
Like, let me. I'm just looking at Notre Dame's schedule. Hold on. I got it here. I got it. I mean, they're trying with Wisconsin, but everybody knows Wisconsin sucks. Rice sucks. Correct. Michigan State sucks. Purdue sucks. North Carolina sucks. Stanford sucks. Notre Dame, I guess. People are saying that Navy might be good this year. We'll see. So they have a 3-game stretch. They're BYU, Navy, and Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Boston College, terrible. SMU, man, I got to win it. So maybe that's a big game right there, dude.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because
they do host it, which is good for them.
And then you've got Notre Dame and Syracuse sucks. So you know what? They've got 4 losable games. Yeah. I would say, right?
Yeah. But it's very manageable, though.
The problem is that other games, like even when we talk about having losable games, the other games are still good in the SEC.
Correct.
Like Vanderbilt is still pretty good. Kentucky's got a new coach. I think y'all play Auburn, right?
We do not play Auburn. No.
You know, well, maybe Auburn. But like Mississippi State.
Like Arkansas, yeah, again, Mississippi State's tough.
South Carolina, Lenore Sellers. There ain't a Lenore Sellers on their schedule on any of their teams that they
No. No.
You know?
Or no Dylan Stewart, no Nicholas Harbor.
No. And not an environment like, you know, whatever the name of that one is, you know.
Williams-Brice, I believe.
Williams-Brice. That's right. Thank you, Kevin. Williams-Brice. All right, there you go. Oklahoma for me. Look, it's a little bit of a long shot because it's Oklahoma. I know that. I just think we're a pretty good team. I think this is a really good year for us in terms of where the talent on the team is located. Right up the middle. We're a defensive-minded team. We're going to try to be a running team. Our offensive line, for the first time in years, despite the injury at center, is the most recognizable of one that we've had. Like in terms of, I know day one, this is who are competent, good guys that have played a lot of experience, right? I mean, everybody has played in the SEC on that line. Everybody. So I don't know. I feel really good about it. So we'll see. We'll see, Kevin. All right, dude. What else you got going on in the world of sports that you want to talk about?
You know, not a ton, man. Just really getting locked in on this college football stuff, man. I'm excited to have some games to watch this weekend. Right? Nothing crazy, but just seeing competitive Power 5 level, Power 4 level football this weekend. I'm happy it's back.
When you get a break in the football, are you going to watch the Vince Young documentary?
I am. Actually, I'll probably watch that tomorrow.
Okay. You're penciling that out.
I am.
I do not want to watch the Vince Young documentary with the Texas years. Like, I don't really care. That doesn't interest me at all. We owned Vince Young for 2 years. I think we even got him benched or something. I mean, you know what I mean? We had our licks in on Vince Young, and then he rope-a-doped us in 2005 and got his revenge and played an amazing national championship game. But I don't really need to see that. Like, it doesn't. Having Matt Brown, you know, gloam over how good Vince Young was and yada, yada, yada. And
well, you know, I imagine I
didn't let the real Vince play. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, well, he didn't.
I know. Thing. But I've heard the stories. It just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I'm sure for a Texas fan, they're like, what are you talking about? It's the best part. I want to see the disaster that was the Tennessee Titans. That to me, I saw, I guess, a clip where he actually wrote a letter to Jeff Fisher, but Jeff Fisher never responded because he misspelled his name.
He said something like, he spelled my name wrong, so I didn't know it was from him or something like that. It's like, dude, stop. Why are you even doing this?
Now, there's a couple things to say about that, Kevin. Okay? And I think this needs to be said. Number one, that is some petty-ass behavior by Jeff Fisher. Yes. That man, he is – I talk about it all the time. He ruined Sam Bradford's career. He doesn't have a winning record.
No.
He had a run with the Titans early on.
Carried by Steve McNair and Eddie George.
Steve McNair, and then fostered some sort of weird relationship with him that obviously ended up in a weird space. So Jeff Fisher's a douche. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
however, I find it, if that part of the story is true, I find it hard that Vince Young couldn't spell Jeff or Fisher.
Correct.
we said, those two names are pretty. We're not asking for
correct.
Coach
You
K
don't
over
have
here.
to. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar
So
to.
I don't know if he was trolling Jeff Fisher and he threw like a C in there. You know how like some guys spell
Fisch. Yeah.
Or if he thought he was like Jeff from Toys R Us with a G. I don't know. I guess those things could happen, but it's like it's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Basically, the whole thing's weird.
Correct. But it was a perfect storm of.
I'm going to probably fast forward up until the Tennessee Titans, and then I kind
of you should probably watch some of the Texas part because it may include some of those losses to Oklahoma.
I don't want to watch it. I know how it ends. I know how it ends for Texas. National championship, Kevin. I don't need that. Yeah, I know. I see it. It's a good looking hat.
Thank you.
I
rarely wear hats. It had the Rose Bowl logo. That was the main thing that I wanted. It's hard to find that.
So you at 43 or 44 years old, however old you are, you still leave the sticker on that, huh?
You know what? This is my first time wearing it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll take it off.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do then? Are you going to leave it on or take it off?
I don't know.
Listen, dude, I'm a sticker
you take it off?
guy. Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Dude, I take it off. I take it off by the time it gets out of the store. Like, because I think it discolored. Number one.
No, you're right. When the sun hits it and stuff, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think the sticker thing is weird. I always have, even back when we were kids and guys did it. I was like, I don't understand what we're doing. I didn't get it. But also, in addition, like on your burnt orange, you're going to get a little discoloration there, you know?
No, you're right. This is my first time wearing it. I never wear hats. I don't think you've ever seen me in a hat.
I bought you a hat once. I bought you a Spurs hat.
I wore that. I know. I wore it to at least 2 of the games between the Spurs and Thunder in the conference finals. Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Okay, so that's the Vince Young sports documentary. Let me think what else we need to just hit on. There's the Tour Championship. Scotty Scheffler. I don't know what he was at today, but Scotty Scheffler is looking to win the Tour Championship. It's the top 30 golfers are left. They're going to change the whole thing starting next year to move it to match play. Scotty Scheffler's at -5, 3 behind Min Woo Lee out of Australia. Oklahoma Sooner Chris Gotterup at -6. They got 3 more rounds to go. They're just getting started. But yeah, they're doing a lot of things in the PGA Tour. They've got a new CEO, Brian Rolap, and he's like mixing it up, man. He's talking relegation.
Oh wow!
Yeah, okay. He wants to make it way more competitive, like more fluid, make you have to win, not just kind of hang in.
Yeah.
The PGA has done a pretty good job of protecting their player base. In other words,
once you get a card, you're in.
It's hard to you can lose it. Like you can lose it and lose it. Don't get me wrong, but those are the guys that kind of at the bottom. But the guys at the top, man, they can hold on cards for, and you're like, that dude still has a card. And he's trying to get rid of that. The Tour Championship will be a 2-week match play event, which I think is really cool. You just don't see enough match play. And he's got to start thinking about how he's going to incorporate these live guys back. That's still a question because for all intents and purposes, it looks like live has gone kaput.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they might stay, but I don't even know who's left. So like John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, the PGA offered an amnesty at the beginning of this year, which Brooks Koepka took advantage of, where he paid so much money to charity and, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't exist anymore. That was like a one-time deal. So it's going to be interesting to see how they
work it out. Because they really need each other, right? You want Brooks Koepka back on tour.
Well, Brooks is there. It's going to be you're talking DeChambeau.
Oh, DeChambeau. Yeah, you want him there too.
Yeah, you want DeChambeau. You want John Rahm. I mean, it's just a handful of players. It's interesting to me what's going to happen to the other players though. So, like, for example, for an Oklahoma connection, Taylor Gooch played at Oklahoma State and went to live. And he took a good chunk of money to go to live and won a couple tournaments on there. And he got kind of semi-famous for like not being invited to the U.S. Open, even though he'd won a couple tournaments. And somebody made a comment that there'd be an asterisk next to the tournament because Taylor Gooch wasn't there, which I thought was pretty stupid. But
yeah, it's not Tiger Woods in 2000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's really like kind of become an entrepreneur on tour.
Oh, okay.
And even created an Oklahoma team. So he has a state of Oklahoma live team.
So these are players who played collegiately in
Oklahoma? No, these are professional players.
Literally.
And the franchise is Oklahoma. It's like, like.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like branded Oklahoma and this kind of stuff. I've got a hat. I decided to buy a hat just because I thought it was cool, right? I thought the whole thing was like really, really cool. And so anyway, what's going to happen to Taylor Gooch? Because I don't think the PGA Tour is like going to bend over backwards for Taylor Gooch.
Yeah. You hope they can figure something out. As many good players as you can have.
My guess is they're going to say you can go to the DP World Tour, which is basically like the European Tour. And, if you can work your way up, or maybe you go Corn Ferry, which is the minor leagues, and work your way up. I just don't see a scenario. They don't seem like they want to embrace it, though, right? They're not opening their arms and saying, okay, guys, come on back. You took all that money from Live. You left us. You disrupted the sport. And now, if you think about like the players that stayed, they don't want all these guys coming back.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I stayed. I did my job. I didn't go cut and run for the money. If you bring him back, Kevin, it's almost like, oh, okay, you went and took all the money, you messed around for 4 years, and now you just want us to bring you back with no penalties or
it's a very interesting situation, obviously unprecedented.
So that's what's going on in the PGA Tour. That's just a quick update there, because we're not going to talk a lot of golf after this weekend. And then on the NFL side of things, the Cleveland Browns are a complete joke. Deshaun Watson, Kevin, are you kidding me?
They're tanking, man. And honestly, I don't think it matters who they're playing.
That's what I was going to ask you. Thank you for saying they're tanking. Okay, probably they're tanking. I feel like the Browns are always tanking. Deshaun Watson. But even if you're going to tank, why do you tank with a guy that is just universally hated? Like, Browns fans don't like him. The owner doesn't like him. Nobody likes him. And he's not any good. Just play Dylan Gabriel. I don't even know who's on the roster. Play Shedeur.
It's Shedeur, yeah. That's all I know.
Is Gabriel gone? Is he not on the roster anymore?
As far as I know, he was still there, but
whatever. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're gonna tank with somebody that at least the guys can get behind, because nobody's getting behind Deshaun Watson. Not at all. Everybody hates this guy. Okay. If the Browns are tanking, which we all think they are, and they get the number 1 pick, which we think they will, is it guaranteed that Arch Manning is coming out in this class? Is there a chance? It's not guaranteed, is it? Because the Mannings do not care.
We've seen it before. We've seen it before.
Now, will they return to Texas, or will they just play some draft shenanigans and just flat out say, I'm not going to Cleveland, so somebody else better draft me?
That's where it becomes interesting. I could see both scenarios happening, especially now that NIL is a thing, right? That he can get as much as Texas, not as much because, as a rookie, number 1 pick, potentially, they do get a lot of money, but it's not like he'd be going back to school for free if he were to come back. But I know he's not going to Cleveland.
Let's use the Darian Mensah comp. Right, he got $6 million. Okay.
Yeah,
the number 1 pick gets like a 3-year deal for $20 million a piece, $60 million. Is that right?
Was it Fernando Mendoza number 1 pick this year?
Yeah, look up what his contract is. That's that's probably the best way to look it up.
All right, yeah, it's $57 million.
Okay, so it's close.
4 years, fully guaranteed.
Okay, so $15 million a year.
Yeah.
That sounds right. That's really close to like what Baker got. I think Baker got like $13 million a year when he drafted number 1 by the Browns. But 13 versus 6, I mean, you're talking millions of dollars when your family already has millions of dollars and you've already made millions of dollars.
Correct.
What does Texas want? You want Arch another year?
They take, if he wants to come back, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This isn't a Quinn Ewers situation, right?
No, we don't have anybody behind him like that. I mean, we like KJ Lacey and Diabello is very intriguing, who's a true freshman.
Yeah.
But not over Arch, no. It's not like there's another Arch or somebody, Vince Young, you know what I mean, Kyler Murray on the bench.
Because who else is going to come out this year? I mean, Mateer, I guess.
I mean, Dante Moore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would Dante Moore? Would you project? But I still think just because it's Arch, man, if he has any kind of year like he did the back half of last year, he'll be the number 1 pick.
He'll be the number 1 pick. Honestly, it wouldn't have shocked me if he'd have came out last year. He'd have been the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Over Fernando Mendoza. Yeah. There's just some physical things there that Arch can do that Mendoza can't, and I like Mendoza.
You think Mendoza could be a good NFL quarterback?
I think he can. I'm not super excited, though.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be. I mean, that's the problem with these quarterbacks, right? Is you get picked to a crappy team.
Correct.
So
the Raiders are.
I mean, look at who won the Super Bowl last year. You know, Arnold had to come up in the Jets organization for 3 years.
Yeah, what a nightmare.
I mean, that's a disaster. Look what Baker had to deal with. It's going to be interesting to see Kyler Murray escape from Arizona. Will it make a difference? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know with him.
But it could, you know.
But you feel like these quarterbacks that get drafted like 18th and 19th that are going to stable organizations that have some tools around them and some competency tend to like outperform number 1 draft picks who are just look at what
horrible teams.
Oh, is it Bryce Drew just getting his
Bryce
dog
Young.
kicked?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bryce Young. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Bryce. Bryce Young is getting his dog kicked to Carolina. Like you're setting these guys up for failure, and they fail. I mean, that's what happens. So
correct. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at Arch, Dante Moore, Mestamaker, C.J. Carr out of Notre Dame, Darian Mensah as the
what do you think
as it stands right now.
You think Mensah? I mean, I know why he got paid. This isn't like a question, but he's not the best quarterback in the country, despite being the most highly paid.
No, I don't think so. I think he's good. I think he'll be good for Miami. I think he's what they need.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is he Carson Beck-ish, or a little bit better?
I think he's a little bit more. I don't see more talented because Beck was actually
mobile,
pretty talented. Yeah, he's mobile for sure.
More mobile than Beck, maybe.
Yeah.
Added dimension there. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I can buy that. I can buy into that. Beck played good. Beck got him to the national championship finals.
Yeah, got him to the title game, and he wasn't bad in that game either. So I thought Miami played well in that game. So Indiana just outlasted them because they just don't make mistakes.
You know what's interesting about our Georgia picks is we both have Georgia winning the SEC, but neither one of us even thought about them for the national championship game. It's like I just don't. Yeah. I haven't learned. I trust them to win the SEC. I do not trust them to advance in the college football playoff.
Yeah, win multiple playoff games. Yeah.
They don't seem to do that. So that's going to be
no. And it's just this 12-team playoff, man. It's so tough. This is a lot of games you have to win. Just remember back in the day, you just handle your business in the regular season and you're in. 1 versus 2. Even the 14 playoff. This one, man, it's just.
If it was 1 versus 2 this year, it'd probably be Oregon and Georgia.
Yeah, I could see that.
Preseason.
Yeah.
Even though Ohio State, Indiana maybe even could be better than Georgia, you're not going to have two from the same conference. I mean, that happened once, but nobody really wants to see that.
No, not the way that Alabama, Georgia, or Alabama and LSU game turned out.
So boring, man. It was so boring. It was a snoozer. There were some good BCS games though. Good BCS games were always pretty good.
Yeah.
That one was not one of them. Ours was probably, the one we had was probably a snoozer, 13-2, but
It was.
Wasn't a snoozer for Oklahoma fans. We were on the edge of our seats. Kevin?
Yeah.
Good show, buddy. Listen, next week, game week.
Game week, man. Yeah, we're doing it.
We are previewing Texas versus
Texas State.
Texas State, no longer on the list of party schools like they were back in the day. Texas versus Texas State. And they're not the Armadillos, though, are they? That's the movie.
No, they're the Bobcats. Yeah, that was.
That's unnecessary. Yeah. That's unnecessary roughness.
Correct.
Underrated movie. Sinbad was good in that movie.
He was.
There was a movie with Sinbad and Phil Hartman. I can't even think of the name of it right now.
Oh,
not the Christmas. Oh, it was a Christmas movie, but there was like another one. They did another one together, didn't they?
Yeah. Was it House Guest?
Yes. God, that was
good.
That was funny, man.
It was funny.
If you're out there, you need like a funny movie to watch. I hate to watch it with your kids.
R.I.P. to Phil Hartman.
Oh my gosh.
Funny guy.
But Sinbad was good in that movie. I don't even know. Okay. Oh, Texas versus Texas State. Rematch of unnecessary roughness. And then Oklahoma takes on UTEP. Oklahoma's played UTEP a lot in openers.
Yeah.
It was a weird one back when Landry Jones was the quarterback. We had to go to UTEP. I think it was like a 2-1 deal.
Okay. But that wasn't sure. I'm sure it wasn't the opener though. I know y'all did. No way y'all are opening the season. Y'all opened the season in UTEP? That's wild if true.
Well, I think so. It was like 2012.
Now we've played there too. We've done that 2-1, 3-1 type deal with them.
Yeah, 9-1 at UTEP, 2012. How you like that? I called it.
Wow.
9-8
That's
versus.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is wild.
How do you like me knowing that, though? That's pretty good. Usually you're the one that does that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the problem with my brain. Because I can remember the fact that we opened at UTEP in 2012. But I have a problem, like, remembering my children's names.
Yeah. Sportsman.
So, beautiful children. I got 3 beautiful children.
You do.
Don't know their names all the time, but they're gorgeous. Okay, anyway, so we have a history of UTEP. This is at UTEP's we're going to kill. I mean, we'll kill both of these teams, right?
Yes. Yeah. But, Texas State's interesting because they have a very explosive offense led by, and G.J. Kenney's their coach, former Texas quarterback. He never got to start. He was on the roster for a couple of years. I think he ended up at Tulsa. Really moving up in the coaching world. He's somebody who I think will be in the Power 5 in the next few years.
Okay. Cool.
So, they'll be able to move the ball. So at least it'll be some sort of a test for our defense. But, top to bottom, they just don't have enough good players, and they'll get murdered in the trenches. Just like UTEP. They'll have some skill guys, but, having to block David Stone is something that, most teams in the SEC are going to struggle with.
What time is your game?
Oh, my God, dude. 2:30.
My God, kids are going to die in that.
2:30. Yeah. I mean, Sark was saying the temp was on the field for their scrimmage on Saturday. It was like 1:30. Like actually on the turf.
Dude, y'all are on turf too, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the networks decide the kickoff times. If it was up to us, we'd have all night games.
Look, man. Well, of course, but we got that. They offered us that Friday night game again, and we jumped on it.
Yeah, it works for y'all. It's why would you not do that for opening for week 1?
Number one, you're really one of the only ones on TV. And number
Correct.
2,
yeah,
you get a night game out of it because also it will be 100 degrees, but at least it'll be at like 6:30.
Correct.
7.
You're on the press box side in the stadium. Good to go.
You're good to and then if you're a player, at least you're getting some shade on the sideline.
Correct.
And
yeah.
I mean, do 2:30 in Dallas on August or September? What's that going to be?
Austin, yeah. September 5th.
God.
It's going to be brutal, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and there'll be 103,000 fans in there.
How many heat exhaustion?
Ooh, it's going to be rough, man.
Oof.
It's going to be rough, yeah. So shout out to the fans who go that, We've been to these games before.
I think my baby brother did Texas when UL went there, Louisiana.
Okay.
Like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I
It
think
was
21
21 actually. Might have been Sark's first game.
Was it an 11 a.m. kick?
No, I want to say that one was in the afternoon too.
Oof. Either way, he said it was awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He said it was
So
awful.
yeah, shout out to all the fans who go to these games in the middle of the afternoon in late August, early September in our region of the country. Shout out to them.
2:30.
2:30.
Oh God.
Yeah, on ESPN. So Sark said we were probably going to play. He said last year we opened up. He said they played 30 players on defense in the first half because it was so hot. You
Well,
played a team, that you should kill, but yeah, 30.
The turf adds what? 15 degrees?
Yeah, I mean, he said the temperature on the field was in the 130s.
That's stupid.
On the turf.
Oh my gosh.
Is
Texas okay with y'all having turf? Your fans? They're okay with it? Doesn't bother y'all?
Apparently they're switching to grass here, I think in 28. So I don't like it. I'd prefer to have grass. Now, the turf has been good. We haven't had a lot of those kind of weird non-contact injuries like they used to have in Missouri in the early 2010s. We had 2 players get hurt there on their field, non-contact knee injuries on the turf, Fozzie Whitaker and Kenny Vaccaro, but I haven't seen anything like that. But no, I think I'd rather just have grass because it's football. And you're Texas. It's not like, certain schools, you might not have the budget to maintain, hire the landscapers and stuff that have all the equipment. It's Texas. You can afford it. So get grass. You can keep it alive. No problem.
Look at the picture behind you with the Cotton Bowl. How do they keep grass looking that good? Do they play games throughout?
I think maybe high school games. They might have a couple of small college games.
Jinx, Oklahoma's playing there tonight.
Yeah, I heard about that. South Lake Carroll. Interesting.
Shout out to Nick Turner, fan of the show, graduate of Jinx, Oklahoma, lives in Dallas. He is at the Jinx game with his daughter.
It's fun.
Talked to him right before the game. That's the only reason I knew, because I talked to him right before. So, okay. Kevin, we got game week next week. We got week 0 this week. Have a great rest of your night. Great. I'm glad it's an hour and 27 in. Great rest of your weekend. Boomer.
Hook 'em.